Well, we are.
Compelled.
Yes.
So they've breached Article 20.
Is it? I mean, when you say it's compelled, I mean, unless we rebut it, would
But
you?
they're ignoring it. This is the
Right.
whole point. They're not. They're not. I mean, how many people? If you had a poll on your audience that said how many people have actually voted to the council and said, "Off we go. We're not going to be standing this anymore. I am not a person. I am a man
Yes.
from the
Probably not.
realm of England and Great Britain. I am
Not
not a member of the UK corporation. I don't
right.
work for the UK corporation. I have no involvement in the UK corporation."
Yes. Well, you said how many people have done that. I don't suppose very many people would have done that at
Oh,
all.
I can assure you, in some aspect, the awakened people have put something to that degree to the
Yes.
councils and are still doing it. And the
Yes.
councils don't care.
No. Exactly.
They're doubling down. They're
Yeah.
still issuing liability orders today
Oops.
in full knowledge that they're breaching Article 20, Article 6. They're creating harassment, criminal act, common law criminal act of uttering treason, and they are subverting the Constitution, which is treason against the nation. Now, as to the Constitution, now, this is some serious criminal actions. Now, this is not only treason, it's not only high treason, it's extortion, forgery, and the list just goes on and on. Harassment. How can a council that you are the creditor of now declare you a debtor?
Yes. I don't
Doesn't make
know.
any sense.
Well, exactly.
Makes no sense whatsoever. So therefore, we've got to look at the voting system. Now, I don't want to go into the voting system too much, but how many men and women actually voted?
Certainly not so many in the last vote
Not
that we
one.
had.
Not one. Because
No,
we all know the trick with the all capitals name.
Yes.
Not one man voted. Not one woman voted.
No.
Because they used your corporate entity. We went into a polling station. Now, come on, Richard, you must have done many polls. What is a poll?
Yes, a poll is just an opinion. It's a collection of people's opinions.
So off we go. We go down to the opinion station to put an X in a box. What does the box mean? It's not on the page. We've now confirmed that we can't write our own name. So we've made our mark, as in the Old English. Yes. So we have now confirmed to the state that we are mentally retarded. We can't write our own name. We are, for all intents and purposes, needing the assistance of the state. Therefore, you will come to us now. You are into the state. Because you can't write your own name, you are a moron. And we go in and put an X on a box into public information. That then is folded up and put into another box, and then it is counted at a later date. So you give your fictional entity card when we walk in. We do the process, and not one man or woman votes, as it's given our opinion. So who has actually put these people into office? Because we certainly didn't.
No, they've put themselves in, haven't they?
Correct.
Through the creation of this legal fiction.
Correct, and we've given our opinion. Doesn't mean to say it's going to be worthy.
No.
And why do they burn everything within days of the election being declared?
Presumably so they can't go back sometime later when you think, oh, hang on a minute, this government's not doing what we thought it was going to do. Let's have a recount. Oh, there's no evidence.
Well, that's probably one of the reasons, as well as many others. And I'm sure your audience will come up with loads of them.
Yes.
But like I say, it is, in my humble opinion, that we haven't voted. It's all been predetermined. We've gone to a polling station, which we all know is an opinion station. And it's just created this mass illusion of democracy. So if we continue on, we already now know the councils are incorporated. We already know that the councils are now breaking the law of the Constitution. Here's the Municipal Corporations Act 1835. This is the one that I advised on my last chat with yourself, to everybody have a look. It was repealed, dissolved, because of what happened previous. And it was all done by 1882 because the government, the councils, the police, the courts, everybody went tyrannical. And I feel that we've gone into the same nightmare of this. But the one saving grace that we got was the very well thought out Local Governments Act of 1888, which I've also supplied you straight off the government website.
Here we go.
No, Richard, that's not the one.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Here we go.
There you go. Legislation.gov.uk. As we can all see, it's still in force. There's only two of the sections still in force, and that's 78 and 79. And this is now classified because of its age and because of its longevity, and it's the protection of the inhabitants, the people. So therefore, it states all duties and liabilities of the inhabitants of the county shall be and become the duties and liabilities of such council. And that's when they become incorporated. So that means all our bills, everything is now liable and has to be paid by their own rules. And it's not a law. And we'll demonstrate that in a minute. Because as we can see, it's legislation, statute.
Yep.
So there it is in law, under the legislation. So that's now a superior statute that cannot be denied, argued, or even contemplated to be meaning something else, because it's very plain English.
Yes. All duties and liabilities of the inhabitants of a county shall become and be, I'm trying to read this, it's quite small in my screen, the duties and liabilities of the council of such county. So they should, yeah. And we did touch on that last time, if I remember.
Yeah. But I knew a few people might be sceptic and everything else. Well, there it is. It's there for you to use. It's there for people just to go, oh my God, it's true.
Yes.
It is actually true. It is there. Legislation Government Act. Now, that's gone through Parliament in its day. Therefore, it is a rule. It is a government policy. And how do we know this? If we go on to the Magistrates and Courts Amendments Act rules that you've just had up there, Richard.
Yep, just coming back.
There we go. I know most people can't see that. I mean, it is smaller. But it says at the top of the page. What's it say, Richard?
I'll just zoom in so people can see. There we are. Magistrates Courts of England and Wales, statutory instruments.
Now, the Magistrates Courts Amendment rules. So what are statutes? They are statutory instruments. They are rules. They are not laws. And it tells you which rules they are changing.
I'll just zoom down to the bottom here.
And people should go have a look at these and have a look at any other statutes. They are not laws. They are rules. Nothing more.
And so rules are their own policy.
Correct. It is government policy.
Right, for people who are part of the UK corporation, presumably, but not for man and woman.
Or a incorporated person, and we touched on that last time. Incorporated person is somebody that walks into work. As soon as you clock in, you are then a corporate person because you work in commerce for the corporation to conduct business.
Yeah.
Therefore, these rules now apply to you. as well as the government and government employees only. If you jump into your private conveyance, which they now call it class as a motorised vehicle, you jump into that. We touched on this last time.
Yeah.
It is nothing more than an horse and cart. It is your private conveyance. You have the right to travel freely without let or hindrance. It says so in your passport.